We are starting today's webinar on regulatory updates 2015. From the last few years, we have seen some drastic changes in pharma domain. The regulatory bodies are now preferred to use the technology. Also, they recommended MA holders to use latest technology. We have seen an example that shows of difference for the eCTD dossier submission of last few years. Here you can see in 2005 and 2014 there is a changes in regulatory submission. In 2005 the paper submission and other submission percentage are 77, but if you compare this submission to 2014 it reduced by 37%. Now if we see the CTD submission in 2005, the CTD submission are around 15%. Now it's increased by 24%. If we talk about niche submission, the non-electronic eCTD submission, this is only 3% in 2005. Now it is 12% in 2014. Now specifically we talk about eCTD, the electronic common technical document. In 2005 only one country, US, are accepting the eCTD submission. Now in 2014 this percentage increased by 21%. Some countries are accepting dossier in paper format and some are slightly moved to accept the submission in electronic format. The recent example is Australia and Thailand. They are in process to accept the dossier in electronic format. Now if we talk about the submission reason, now this is the list of regions who accept submission in electronic format. US, Europe, Canada, Gulf countries, Swissmedic, South Africa and Japan are the regions that accept submission in electronic format. Now, two more countries whose eCTD acceptance are in pipeline. Region like Australia, the regulatory body of Australia is TGA, and Thailand, the Thai FDA, has a plan to start the submission in electronic format. They will start their eCTD procedure from year 2015. Now we are talking about the specific guidelines update in different regions. First we will take GCC region, the Gulf region. In Gulf region there's total 7 countries. The 7 countries: Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen, Qatar, UAE and Bahrain. These are the 7 countries that comes under the GCC region. But into GCC, SFDA has a plan to put mandatory eCTD from year 2015. As per the published roadmap of Saudi FDA on January 2012, SFDA has declared from 5th January 2013 either eCTD or NIS can be submitted to SFDA, and from 4th January 2014 they preferred to accept submission in electronic format as a eCTD submission, and start from 3rd January 2015 eCTD will be mandatory at SFDA. Now current version of GCC eCTD module 1 specification is version 1.2 and the validation criteria is version 1.2. SFDA also has published a roadmap for the eCTD submission. SFDA on 7th Feb 2012 start accepting niche submission. Then from 5th January 2013, either eCTD or niche would be accepted. From 4th Jan 2014, they prefer to accept submission in eCTD format. And from 3rd January 2015, only eCTD will be accepted. Now, if we talk about Australia region, the TGA-Australia eCTD milestone has been reached. Australia is the country who is currently receiving the submission into niche format, the non-electronic eCTD format. But recently they have published a guideline, draft guideline, that they will be accepting submission into electronic format from 2015. The current module version of TGA guideline is 0.90 and the validation criteria draft is version 9.0. Currently, TGA, Australia and New Zealand, both the countries are accepting niche format. TGA also has released a guideline for the drug master file. In this guideline, if you are submitting a DMF to TGA, if it is other than eCTD format, for that you need to download a form from the TGA's website. You need to fill this form and have to submit first. But if you are submitting DMF into electronic format, then there is no need to fill up this form. Then come to the Asian region, Thailand. The Thai FDA has a plan to start the submission in electronic format. Thailand is the first Asian country that plans to accept the Dossier in electronic format. Thailand are following a very fast procedure to implement eCTD submission at their region. For that, they have a roadmap, and according to that roadmap, from 1st July 2014, eCTD specification released. From 17 July 2014, public hearing and the specification and the question and answering. Then from 14 October 2014, eCTD is acceptable as a pilot period. And from 4th May 2015, eCTD is acceptable. Now, Thailand is following the Module 1 specification of European guideline and Module 2 to 5 specification of ICS version 3.2.2. Then we are moving to the US FDA guideline. US FDA is going to revise their Module 1 specification, and the specification version would be 2.3. They have announced new drug registration guidelines for the pharmaceutical product. This guideline will be in effect from first quarter of next year, 2015. With that, FDA has also released some other information, like they have revised the ANDA fees. Now the current ANDA fees for a drug product is $58,730, and for the drug master file it would be $26,720. With that, US FDA also revised their PDF specification, and the version of this PDF specification document is 4.0. What is new in this PDF version 4.0? The fifth point mentioning this, indicate maximum available PDF file size. According to this point, if your file size is more than 100 MB and your file is more than 100 or 200 pages, so if the file size is 100 MB, at that time you need to split your file into two separate files, but you should have to maintain the page numbering into continuous format. That means if you have split a file and this file numbering is from page 1 to page 100, then the second file should be started from page number 101. Now let's move to European region. As I mentioned in my previous first slide, that agencies are preferred to accept the submission in electronic way. In line with that, EMA has started to accept the eCTD from their common repository. They have put the common repository mandatory for the centralized procedure submission. They also have released a roadmap for the e-submission. According to this roadmap, from 2014, all submission in centralized procedure should be submitted in electronic format, and from year 2015 to 16, new marketing authorization application should be in DCP. From year 2015 to 2016, new marketing authorization application in DCP should be submitted and in eCTD format. But MRP would be optional for eCTD till year 2016. But from 2017, all new marketing authorization application in MRP should be submitted in eCTD format. That means from year 2017, the procedure, whether it is centralized, decentralized or mutual recognition, should be submitted in electronic format. And from year 2018, all the submission, whether it's national procedure, MRP, DCP or centralized procedure, should be submitted in electronic format only. Now let's move to the South Africa region, MCC-ZA. MCC-ZA has released the guideline and the validation version to accept the submission in electronic format. They have a huge pilot period of 25 months that is start from 2013 to 2014. From 1st January June 2015, eCTD is open for entire industry. It means if you are going to submit a new application to South Africa region, till now you can submit either into eCTD format or into other format. But from 1st June 2015, if you are going to submit any submission to South Africa, you have to submit Dossier into eCTD format only. They also have published a roadmap. According to that roadmap, from 14 Feb 2013, they have released the draft guidelines for eCTD. From 1st March to 31st May 2013, they are into the pilot phase for identification of the applicant and the application types. From 1st June 2013, to 31st March 2015. They have run the pilot phase. Into that pilot phase, they have count the benefit of eCTD for the industry, and this will be open for the new application only. And from 1st June 2015, they start the operation phase. That means eCTD process is open for entire regulatory industry. Now, in the above slides, we have seen the drastic changes into the pharma sector. They are using the technology or prefer to use the technology. So what exactly is solution for this? So this is the solution. KnowledgeNet version 3.0. This is a single solution to manage global submission. Either it's eCTD, CTD, NIS, ACTD, or it's in paper submission. This application is designed to operate over LAN, internet. For the installation, there is no higher IT infrastructure is required. This application also has some other features like you can track your Dossier progress. Also, it will correct the PDF property automatically. With that, surgeon is also committed for the other regulatory solution. One of them is PVNet, that is for the post-marketing pharmacovigilance activity. You can maintain device vigilance, vaccine vigilance, and the veterinary vigilance. Different type of reports like ICSR, COMS, MedWatch, and PSUR can be generated by the application. Then next one is the QH. QH is a platform that is handling the electronic quality management solution. This is a platform where you can design the forms and the layout as per your requirement. Next one is the BizNet, that is handling the clinical trial management. The eCRF EDC can be generated by this application. So this is about surgeon system and the latest update for the year 2015. Now, if you have any question, you can write down your question into chat box. I think Rajendra has a question. When Saudi FDA going to put eCTD mandatory? From 3rd January 2015, SFDA will put eCTD mandatory. So from 3rd January 2015, you have to submit the dossier into eCTD format. How many regions into Saudi FDA? How many countries into GCC region? There are around 7 countries in GCC region: Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Qatar, Oman, UAE, Bahrain. These are the countries that is in Gulf region. Is your solution knowledge net is handling all type of submission? Yes, knowledge net is the application that can handle your submit overall globe submission. This is a single platform where you can submit all the type of dossier, whether it is in electronic format or it's in non-electronic format. You can submit your eCTD, CTD, NIS, paper submission, as well as the country who don't have any type of submission procedure. They have their own submission uh, file folder structure. So this is the application where you can submit any type of dossier into any type of format. Why electronic submission is necessary as compared to other type of or paper submission? Now, electronic submission improve the submission and review procedure. It increase the accuracy of the submission and decrease the total cost. It supports the life cycle management of your dossier. Donald had another question. How long has the company is in the business? We are in this business from last 15 years. We have a experienced team who are watching each and every activity of the pharmaceutical industries, and according to that we are up to dating our software time by time. Is there any question? Okay, so far we are now going to end to this webinar session. If anyone has any question, you can just write down us on business@surgeon.com. I'm just writing my mail ID. So anytime you can mail us if you have any doubt. Thank you very much for your time and thank you very much for listening to us. Have a good day. Bye-bye.